Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. I have an open collaboration again, and because it's Thursday, that collaboration is hashtag Thursday BookTube, and it's hosted at My Mountain Home and Kitchen and at Life with Patty. So, the whole deal with this collab is you read and review any book. If you just read it, if you read it a long time ago, maybe even you just plan to read it. You can just show it off. It could be a cookbook, a romance novel, a mystery, a comic book, any kind of book at all will do. So you upload on Thursdays and be sure to use in your title or description the information with hashtag Thursday BookTube and at our hostess, at My Mountain Home and Kitchen, and also at Life with Patty. So I have just the most fun book that it's a children's book actually. So bear with me. It is called The Little Leftover Witch. So here's the cover, and I read this book, not this exact book, I read the school copy that was in the library of this book in 1969, I think. And I was in grade school, and it was the most fun book and probably shaped me in loving reading. Not just that. My father read to me, my mother read to me. I just was, shown a lot of positive experience with reading. So let me tell you about this one. It is from 1961. It was written and published in 1961, and the author was Florence Laughlin. It's a chapter book, and it's 74 pages. It is fun. It's, even though it's got a witch on the cover, it wasn't like witchcraft, it was like family. So, The Little Leftover Witch actually was on Halloween. The book opens with something like, it was a foggy, dark Halloween night. And then it goes into another little girl who was blonde-haired, blue-eyed, and she was trick-or-treating with a sheet over her head, going as a ghost, and all the little children. And this would have been in 1961. You got to think about what it was like back then. And I read it in the 60s. So they're all, running down the street, and they're doing their thing and trick-or-treating, and then they come in the house, and oh, she's so happy, and look at all the candy that I got. And her mother and father, get her all cleaned up, and she goes to bed because there's school the next morning. And the next thing she knows, it's dark outside, and she hears somebody crying. And it is the Little Leftover Witch, who during the same time that the little girl, her name was Lucinda Doone. She was, I lost where I was. Anyway, she wakes up, and the little witch has been flying with, it's her first flight, her first Halloween flight. They only fly on Halloween. So all the adult witches are out there flying around, and she cracks up on her broom somehow. And she falls from the sky, and she lands in the mulberry tree outside of little Lucinda's bedroom window. And she's crying because she is 7 years old, and her broom is broken, and those witches left her. Now, after that part, you just go into, and she can't fly after midnight anyway. She can only fly at night, and she can only fly on Halloween. They get together, they try the family broom while her parents are sleeping. They're trying the family broom, they're trying the vacuum cleaner, and it's decided, well, we're just going to have to let you stay here overnight, and my parents will know what to do. After that, they just, the parents go, oh my, it's written like, a child, whatever shall we do? So they hang up signs on local trees and bulletin boards, and they put a small advertisement in a newspaper, and apparently she has to stay with them for a whole year because she can't fly, and her ladies will come back for her, she knows, on Halloween. and they'll help her. So you go through a whole year of holidays, birthdays, family get-togethers, of her learning to live not like a witch, but like a little girl. You know, a human little girl, I should say, because she says she's not human. She only eats slop out of a cauldron. She hisses at people. The only person she has a relationship with in the family is the family black cat. Okay, so in the end, it ends beautifully, and it's just the most sweet, sweet story. It's, like I said, 74, did I say 74 pages? Yeah, it's 74 pages, and it's, you know, kind of big writing. I don't know that there is even a picture in here. You had to use your imagination. Anyway, I got this from online after describing it to my husband and loving it, telling him how much I loved it. He found copies for me, and I immediately gave copies to the children in my life, and this is my last copy. I've read this to grandchildren. I've read it to I used to nanny. I read it to nanny children. We would go to school early and park in front of the school so that they could sit still with no interruptions and just listen to the book. And they were enthralled like I was. So it says here, when Felina, a little witch, crash lands on Halloween and breaks her broom, she finds that she can't use her small magic to enchant a new broom, or the dust mop, or even the electric vacuum cleaner. Instead, she's enchanted by Lucinda and the Dunes, and that's the family. They try to make her part of the family. Will the Dunes and their black cat, Itchabody, survive till next Halloween? Will the havoc Felina creates drive them batty? So I don't know who it was published back in the day, but now it's published by this. And you can meet the author, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm going to give you a little warning here. If this is something you want to get for your children, the talk that I always had with the ones that I read it to, because it was written in 1961, it's the era of, you know, I Love Lucy and all of the other things where people smoked wildly and, you know, recreationally and socially. So in this book, the adults are smoking. There's Grandpa lights pipe regularly before he, you know, sits down to make a chat and, you know, that kind of thing. And then also, because it's 1961, there's spanking, or there's not spanking, there's the threat of spanking. Because she was filthy, witches don't bathe, they had to finally threaten her that they were going to spank her if she didn't take a bath, and she would not have that, so she went ahead and took a bath, but she only did it wearing her hat. So, anyway, things got better and better for the family and for the little witch, and just really, really sweet book. I would so recommend this if you don't want to give candy, or if you want to give a little gift basket to a grandchild. It's perfect. Perfect in every way as far as I'm concerned. And I imagine you probably know the ending. Is it terrible to tell you? I mean, it's a children's book. She decides that she'll stay. And she becomes a little girl and not a little witch. Anyway, I loved this book. I think you'd love it too. Let me make sure on my notes here. Tree outside, smoking, spanking, 74 pages. Yeah, she can't fly after men. Only eats slop from a cauldron. She had to be threatened to eat too. She wanted the cat food, I think. It's been a while. It's been about 5 years since I've read this. Okay. I hope that you enjoyed this review, and I want to thank Patty and My Mountain Home and Kitchen for hosting this Fun Thursday open collab. And if you have a book that you'd like to talk about and you've not done open collabs before, this is a great one to get into. Go grab your favorite cookbook. Tell us about your favorite recipes. Why is it your favorite cookbook? Any book. Take care, everybody. If you've not thought to like, comment, or subscribe, I'd sure like it if you did. I always get all excited when I get a new subscriber. Take care. Bye-bye.